Hi, everyone. This is our second installment of the Group 1 Women's Initiative Spotlight Series, where we feature a key member of our team so that you can get to know them a little bit better and gain an understanding of the role they play within our company. I'm pleased to have Lyza Postell, General Manager for Lexus of Clear Lake, here with us today. Hi, Lyza. Thank you for being here to share your story with the Group 1 team. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and about your family background?
Well, I was born in the Republic of Panama. I grew up very poor in Panama, without luxuries like a color TV or a refrigerator. My family moved to the United States in search of a greater opportunity when I was 6. My stepfather was in the military and allowed my mother and I to come to this country to chase our American dream. I learned English by watching music videos on MTV, and I was fluent within the year. I grew up going from one military school to another every 2 to 4 years, and that made me adaptable, it made me tolerant, and an unhinged optimist. Growing up in a military household instilled in me a sense of civic pride and duty for this remarkable country that has offered us so much.
Wow, that's a really inspiring story. I understand that you also went into the military. Can you tell us a little bit about that experience?
I joined the United States Air Force after high school. I was a behavioral health technician and was stationed at Nellis Air Force Base, Nevada, home of the Thunderbirds. I loved my job in the military, and I thought it would be my lifetime career. But sadly, shortly after my first re-enlistment, I was diagnosed with an advanced case of esophageal cancer with a life expectancy of 6 months. My cancer diagnosis brought my career in the Air Force to an abrupt end, and I was honorably discharged due to medical hardship. I dedicated the next few years of my civilian life to proving those doctors wrong, making my body as strong as possible, and completing my bachelor's degree.
How did you transition from the military to the automotive industry, and what path led you to becoming a general manager?
Well, after going into remission and graduating from Houston Baptist University with my bachelor's degree, go Huskies, I got a job as a social worker with the Houston Area Women's Center. It was wonderful work, but it was far from financially rewarding, and I opted to take a break from social work and got a job selling Volvos in Southwest Houston. I thought I would sell cars for a few months to pay off some student loans, but in my first 9 months of selling cars, I was able to pay off all my student loan debt, all of my credit card debt, and my car loan. I was hooked. I had finally found the American dream. I realized that the car business converts human hustle and dedication into cold, hard cash. It was a lot of fun too. After 7 years of working for a competitor automotive company, I couldn't seem to break past the position of finance director. So in 2003, I applied for a position with Sterling McCall Lexus under the tutelage of Joey Dupuis. Joey has an admirable leadership philosophy rooted in diversity. He believes that in order to effectively sell to the community you operate in, you must mirror that community. He gave me an opportunity to run his massive sales operation, and from then on, it felt like the sky was the limit.
As you built your career, do you feel like you faced any challenges due to your race or gender?
Too many to list. Ultimately, the responsibility now lies on me to create a culture and my dealership where those barriers and those challenges can be minimized or removed altogether when possible. I choose to focus my energy on creative and inclusive work environment and priming my dealership for success.
It sounds like your unique experience has had an impact on your style of leadership. Can you elaborate on that?
Well, I'm a big fan of the inverted pyramid model of leadership. As we climb higher onto the tiers of leadership, it's important that we don't lose sight that our success lies on the success of those we lead. As general managers, we have a bigger impact when we don't just lead, but when we also support our teams. We can do this with clear communication and by always touching base with our team members.
Tell us a bit about your team.
I am blessed to have my current management team. They exemplify the Group 1 core values in all they do. Our collision department, run by Ray Bishop, is one of the highest rated in the company for customer service. My service director, Jesse Rodriguez, used to be a technician and climbed the ranks to his current position as service director. My parts director, Benny, has been with the company for over 20 years. And Robert Torres, Deanna Ismajli, my trophy case of talent, is also comprised of my used car sales manager, Wes Gonzalez, and new car sales manager, Eric Robinson, who sing the gospel of appointment setting on a daily basis.
It's important to have a great team, especially while trying to operate under difficult conditions, such as a major construction project amid a global pandemic.
We moved the bulk of our dealership operations to the temporary structure in February of 2020, right before the pandemic peaked, and infections hit our team fast and hard. But the tough times drove us to improvise and adapt. For example, by relocating our service drive to the detached shop, allowing more space to meet COVID-19 safety precautions. The construction obstacles themselves are all necessary evils on the path to the desired outcome, a new state-of-the-art Lexus dealership.
Do you think you have specific characteristics or experiences as a female leader that give you a unique perspective on how to run a dealership?
I do. I look at running a dealership like running a large household. To be a good general manager, you have to be a good parent to your team members. In both roles, I have a budget to hit, I have expenses to constantly track and adjust, I have a culture to cultivate and coach, punishments to dish out, pity parties to end, and lots of high fives and hugs. Both roles require your attention to the individual motivations of your key players in order to get the most out of them. Communication, good fundamentals, and a positive attitude are vital for success.
Thank you so much, Lyza, for sharing your story with us. You embody many of the Group 1 core values and provide a great example of how women in automotive can rise through the ranks into leadership positions. And thanks to all of you for watching. I hope you take care.